Bankole Odusanya is the head of fixed income at UBA. He's live to us from FMDQ Exchange Place. Bankole, good morning. Welcome to this Friday edition of your Business Morning.
Good morning, Boston.
Yeah, I'm sure you folks at the fixed income will be salivating what's going on at the stock market just across the street with such big jump in the stock market or share index, and yields on treasury bills are looking at 3% and still softer than that. So how envious are you guys, despite the fact you guys have the liquidity? Talk to me.
It's a master stroke from the central bank once again. The exclusion of local corporates from the OMO market has simply pushed a lot of funds out of our market, and from the deposit line of investment also into the Nigerian Stock Exchange, like you said rightly. But what is happening is that we're seeing demand. I mean, it's the beginning of the year. Foreign portfolio investors that left, at December for profit taking and for their own financials are returning. And you would notice on the I&E market where the FX pressure has reduced. We've seen this abatement from 365.5 levels that it got to in December. Rates are now at 362.5. A 3 naira drop is very significant within 3 weeks. And we know we've seen flows from foreign portfolio investors. Most of them are still interested in OMO securities. Of course, they are the largest player right now, besides Nigerian banks. What is happening is that other local corporates are concentrating funds on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and we expect that rally to continue. Because every single week, every Thursday, we have OMO maturities coming in, and most of the fund holders can't reinvest those funds in the OMO treasury bills. So they have to look for alternatives. Nigerian treasury bills are now as low as 5%, and deposits are also at single-digit levels. The major other highlights that we'll be looking at this month is the Monetary Policy Committee meeting that is likely to hold on the 22nd of January, where we expect the Central Bank and the Monetary Policy Committee to look at the monetary policy rate, which is quite high if you were to compare to market realities on interest rates right now.
Okay, so we're still expecting the January DMO Naira bond auction. So this should be coming through within the next, by next week, perhaps towards the end of next week, I guess. So what's your outlook? What's your outlook on this, Bankole?
Given the drop in rates, we expect the DMO to take advantage of borrowing cheaper. We expect a possibility in increased issuance, especially on the short end, where bonds are trading on single digits. Bonds from 2021 to 2023 are now trading at yields at 8 to 9.5% levels, which is quite cheap. So we would expect them to borrow within that window to take advantage, to manage their cost of borrowing, which has been a headache and caused a lot of talk of late. So we're expecting the DMO to bring out this calendar. 2049 is also as low as 117. There's a premium of about 20 naira shift from where it was offered at par initially. So the yields have dropped significantly. So basically, it's cost benefit for the government, and we expect them to take good advantage of this.
A final one very quickly, Bankole. With the low yield curve environment that we have, is it any concern to investors or portfolio holders who are talking to you or that you're talking to in the short to medium term? Are they really concerned weighing this low yield environment vis-a-vis inflation, what the headline NPR is?
Yes, it's a lot of concern. With the biggest fund holders being the pension fund holders. Of course, there's a communique from the PENCOM, state pension houses should not invest in the Lagos State offer, which is still on board. That in itself shows a limited and restricted amount of investment opportunities at double digits. And if you compare where the yield environment is today at 5% compared to inflation, it means that most fund holders, the local corporates, will be returning a negative real rate of return. That calls for concern. So should inflation continue ticking up and we continue to see a decline, a possible decline, continuous decline on yields on investment, we continue to see a negative gap in real rate of return. So the concerns are real, and that's why most portfolio holders are concentrating on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. We do not think that what's happening in the stock exchange is a knee-jerk. We see that rally continuing and to be supported.
Rotimi Bankole Odusanya, thank you so much. I'm happy that not everybody's happy at the moment. Thank you so much. Have a great day and enjoy the weekend. Bankole Odusanya, head of fixed income dealing at UBA. Rotimi Fakayo is standing by at the stock exchange. Rotimi, if you listen to that conversation, well, the folks at the debt market, treasury bills and the bond market says, well, they're happy for you folks that the stock market is making a very strong comeback. So I was asking, what is this newfound steroid for the stock market? It looks like we have an answer that money is coming from the other market. But again, if you look at it, the banks seem to be, and the industrials, industrial goods, consumer goods seem to be the leader when it comes to this new bullish sentiments on the market, at least since we started the current week. Okay, Rotimi, my question is that the current trading week has been very interesting. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with you because, like you said, the consumer goods, the banking sector, and the industrial goods have been the major leader, and also the communications sector, where MTN Nigeria is listed. I think you were asking whether there is sustainability and all of that. I think strongly that the fundamentals of the major companies are right. They are not just right, they are very good. And also, when you look at the dividend yield in these companies comparative to return on money market instruments, you can see that you are very much better off. Take, for instance, a stock like Zenith Bank, presently at about 21 naira plus. If they repeat the payment of dividend that they did last year for final, which was about 260 or 250 or thereabouts, I can't place it rightly now. That definitely still implies more than 10% yield for anyone that is buying Zenith now. And the further question to that is, are these prices sustainable? Yes, they are sustainable. Even if they come down, they definitely will bounce back, as we have seen happening for now. So there is still a lot of upside for these stocks. And I think those who are buying right now are making the right decision. But the ones that are bought in December made the best decision. So if you are coming in anew, you are still very much in the money. And I think strongly that is a good thing happening to the market, because a buoyant equity market is implies more buoyancy for the entire financial sector and the economy of the country.
Very interesting as we wrap up the show. Rotimi, on the final note, do you think this rally will continue? And if it's going to be sustainable, how long do you think it will likely be until we have the full year numbers towards the end of February, maybe early March, till June?
Well, I think continue may have a question mark, but sustainable, there is a possibility. I just want to hope that what we saw happen in year 2018, whereby we had a lot of a bullish trend like this early in January, and thereafter we saw the market coming down. But for that time, there was a reason, and that kind of reason is not substantiated now. So I believe the continuity may not be at a stretch, but definitely there will be sustainability for this prior to when results will be released. Knowing fully well that 2018, 2019 was very bad for the market, and I think this is a year of recovery for the market.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rotimi. Just before we go, I'm sure you're looking at the market, you're the trading floor. BUA Cement is losing about 9.88% this morning. The share price is down from 38.45 to 34.65. Looks like some early profit booking is coming straight as this listing was done just yesterday. Thank you so much, Rotimi. Thank you, everyone, our viewers here in Nigeria and around the world. I am boosting on fire. I'll see you next week, and goodbye from Lagos.